Bad Bunny is insanely popular right now. He's the fourth most streamed artist in the US for 2022 with over 4 billion streams. He's breaking sales records left and right and bringing glory to Puerto Rico, the small island where he grew up, with international acclaim from the worldwide music industry. And he's not just a musician either. Bad Bunny is becoming a modern-day icon for his fashion and his persona and the way he refuses to fit into predetermined molds and keeps defying expectations while only getting bigger and more popular at the same time. That means he's not only the biggest artist in the world, but also one of the most discussed, as he ignites controversy every time he performs in a dress or kisses one of his backup dancers or wears feminine hairstyles. In many ways, Bad Bunny represents a changing world. As Latin culture becomes more prolific in the United States thanks to rising immigration, artists like Bad Bunny represent a new wave of music that might define the next generation of pop culture around the world. But how did he get here? And is he destined to become one of the all-time greats? Bad Bunny was born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio in March 1994. He grew up in the Almirante Sur neighborhood of Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. He came from humble beginnings, with his father Tito working as a truck driver while his mother was a school teacher. Bad Bunny was exposed to music from an early age, as his mother often listened to pop ballads while his father was a fan of salsa and merengue. While Vega Baja is known for having issues with drug trafficking, with the FBI seizing tens of millions in drug money from dealers over the past few years, Bad Bunny has talked many times about how he was never the type of person to get into the streets and he always preferred to stay home as a young teen. In terms of musical influences, Bad Bunny's parents were always big fans of salsa music and ballads. That's where he picked up his Latin music influences. But when he heard rap for the first time, his love for music really took off. The first rap CD I had, it was so different for me, Bad Bunny told Billboard. The energy, the wordplay, it all caught my attention and I loved it. Growing up, Bad Bunny listened to many Spanish language artists, including Victor Manuel, Marc Anthony, Tego Calderon, Daddy Yankee, and Hector Lavoe. Bad Bunny grew up going to church and sang in the choir until he was 13, which is where he perfected his vocal skills. His stage name came from an incident where he was forced to wear a bunny costume to school and ended up being photographed with an angry expression on his face. But at 20 years old, Bad Bunny just wasn't sure what to do with his life. He had started taking college classes for a visual communications major, but he talks about failing almost every class in his first semester. He ended up getting a job bagging groceries at the supermarket while his friends were begging him to post songs to SoundCloud at the same time. Because even though he spent all of his free time making music, he just didn't feel ready to release it to the world. But eventually someone posted something for him, an early song like Tentacion or Get, and he went viral completely on accident. Even his early songs showed off his obvious talent, as he blended elements of Latin pop with trap and alternative R&B. His music quickly caught the attention of DJ Lucien, who came across his social media profiles and was immediately impressed. DJ Lucien immediately signed him to his label Hear This Music in 2016, but they weren't only impressed by his music, they also realized he had the complete package to become a massive star, with a great image and amazing fashion sense. Even before all the fame and money, Bad Bunny had a distinct sense of style, from his colorful sunglasses to unique shoes. Bad Bunny says, "When I get dressed, it's like freestyling." He describes his sense of style as organic, energetic, and different, and part of what made him such a massive success early on was his unique image. He released the track Soy Pure in December 2016, which became his breakout hit and established him as one of the main trendsetters in the Latin pop movement. It peaked at number 19 on the Hot Latin Hits chart, and it featured a remix by J Balvin, Ozuna, and Archangel, which was released later that year. He followed up on the success of that single with Ahora Mi Lama, a collaboration with Colombian singer Karol G that reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot Latin Songs chart. So with each new release, Bad Bunny was climbing higher and higher on the charts. By the end of 2017, he secured a booking deal to tour several Latin American countries, and he hosted his own Spanish-language show on Beats One called Trap Kings. But Bad Bunny wasn't content just being the most popular artist in Latin America. He wanted to be the most popular artist in the world. In May 2018, Bad Bunny had some of his biggest breakout moments yet. He collaborated with Cardi B and J Balvin on the song I Like It, followed by the track MIA with Drake, which peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. These crossover collaborations helped expose Bad Bunny to more mainstream English-speaking audiences and spread the wave of Latin trap into North America. Bad Bunny's debut album X100 Pre was released on Christmas Eve 2018 and was met with both commercial success and critical acclaim. It peaked at number 11 on the Billboard 200 and was certified diamond in the US. It was also ranked number 41 on Rolling Stone's list of the greatest debut albums of all time. Bad Bunny was quickly becoming an artist who could not only deliver infectious singles, but also create a cohesive project that could be enjoyed by both fans of Latin music and general audiences. And as his fame and wealth grew, his fashion sense also became more eclectic as well, which only helped propel his public image. Being known for bright colors and bold silhouettes, Bad Bunny began working with a stylist named Storm Pablo, who helped him create the iconic image he's known for today. In the past few years, he's become well known for challenging gender norms with his clothing choices and self-expression, for wearing oversized puffer jackets and futuristic shoes to award shows, or even rocking a double-breasted blazer with a skirt. But even before he was internationally famous, Bad Bunny was defying gender norms with his clothes, which would prove to attract a lot of controversial attention from his supporters as well as his critics. Because it's no secret that most cultures around the world are hesitant to accept non-traditional gender expression, and Latin culture is no exception. But Bad Bunny has proven over and over again that he wants to break down those walls with his actions and his appearance. Following the release of his debut album, Bad Bunny's public profile would only get bigger. In June 2019, he released a collaborative tape with J Balvin called Oasis, which topped the Latin American charts and peaked at number 9 on Billboard. In February 2020, he was a guest performer at the Super Bowl halftime show alongside Jennifer Lopez and Shakira as part of a performance that brought together multiple generations of Latin artists and proved that Bad Bunny was at the forefront of the new wave. Soon after that, he announced the release of his second studio album YHLQMDLG, which stands for I Do Whatever I Want in Spanish. The album was released on February 29, 2020, to massive commercial and critical success. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 200, making it the highest charting Spanish-language album of all time. It was also Spotify's most streamed album globally in 2020 and won a Grammy for Best Latin Pop or Urban Album. This project took heavy inspiration from old-school reggaeton and featured a long list of Latin artists, including Daddy Yankee, Anuel A, Mike Towers, Sech, and many more. The project's success helped cement Bad Bunny's status as a global figure and the leading force in the Latin trap wave. After breaking so many records, most artists would take their foot off the gas and chill out for a while. But Bad Bunny was still not satisfied, and he released a third album, The Last Tour of the World, in November 2020. While it still sounded like Latin trap, this album took more inspiration from different styles of rock music, including alternative, pop punk, and new wave. He even outperformed the insane records he set earlier that year with the first ever Spanish language album to go number 1 on Billboard and another Grammy for Best Urban Album. His success was so massive that The Guardian labeled him the world's biggest pop star. With every new release, Bad Bunny was breaking world records and opening new doors for Latin artists to break into the mainstream. Bad Bunny swept the floor at the 2021 Billboard Music Awards. He won 10 categories, including Artist of the Year. He also appeared on the 2021 Time 100, Time magazine's list of the world's most influential people, alongside icons like Britney Spears, Tim Cook, and Tom Brady. He returned with his fifth album, Un Verano Sin Ti, A Summer Without You, in May 2022, which was just as successful as his previous records and became his second to top the Billboard charts. This project was more of a fusion of reggaeton and indie pop with elements of Caribbean styles like dancehall, mambo, and bachata. The project was met with universal critical acclaim, with many critics praising Bad Bunny's ability to tap into universal emotions to appeal to global audiences. Following the record's success, he announced a stadium tour called the World's Hottest Tour, which included 43 shows across 14 countries. The tour earned $235 million in 4 months, making it the highest-grossing tour by any Latin artist ever. So in just over 5 years, Bad Bunny has gone from being an unknown artist who wouldn't even release his songs on SoundCloud to selling out stadiums and becoming one of the world's most prominent pop stars. By blending reggaeton and Latin pop with musical styles like trap, rock, and hip-hop, Bad Bunny has successfully transcended the box that many Spanish-speaking artists have been traditionally stuck in. His songwriting abilities and his sultry vocal style make his music enjoyable to broad audiences, even those who don't speak his language, because his music is undeniably good. Plus, his wild fashion sense and willingness to challenge established gender norms have made him a champion and an icon of a new brand of masculinity that endears him to audiences all over the world. When artists experience rapid success, getting complacent and failing to live up to the hype they've created can be easy. However, Bad Bunny has always shown a willingness to experiment and change up his sound, even though he's getting 5 or 6 billion streams a year, even though he has 44 million YouTube subscribers and 60 million monthly Spotify listeners, he continues to come up with new ideas and styles to play with. It's practically impossible to describe Bad Bunny's success. I think most people would say he's the biggest artist in the world right now, one of the most important pop stars currently alive. the fourth most streamed artist in the United States for 2022. Almost every single music video he puts out gets hundreds of millions of views. His songs have billions of streams. He's the most popular artist in the world. And not only is he popular, but he's a boundary-pushing, original, inventive character too. As long as he continues what he's been doing, the sky will be the limit. He represents a belief in trying new things and not getting stuck in the past just for the sake of it. Because real, genuine artists can't avoid criticism. A real artist understands that pushing art forward and achieving greatness and genuine creativity doesn't mean that everyone will love you. That's why Badbunny keeps making interesting, futuristic, boundary-pushing music and wearing unusual clothes and making strange music videos, even though not everyone approves of his choices. Because if you truly believe in yourself, nothing can stop you.